Are you hungry? A little appetizer last week with the Week 0 preseason Class 6. We're on to the main course regular season tonight. Shane right here, as always, with Yanni Caracas. Week 1 of the high school football regular season. The journey to what every team hopes is a state championship.
Time to start evaluating which teams will carry over success from last season, make a playoff push, or perhaps take a step back. A lot to learn as we move forward.
All right, another chapter in our rivalry here. Game of the week, St. Andrews playing at Kings Academy. The last 4 meetings split 2-2, and 3 of their last 4 meetings decided by 4 points or less.
This was a low-scoring affair in the first half. Little messy, headlined by ball security issues. Kings' first drive, they fumble the snap. Scots take over. Ball security is job security, Shane. St. Andrews' first drive, same thing. Both teams showing some Week 1 growing pains in this one. Scoreless still in the first. Key moment of the game as quarterback Jack Williams fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, stripped of the football, but he is injured on the play and would leave the game. So Scots had to go to their backup 8th grader Lucas Ritas. He's bottled up by Caleb Scroggins, who is all over the field tonight, number 55. Lions led just 2-0 at the half, but started to score in the second half, pulling away. Roman Driggers, one of the most exciting players at running back, scoots down the sideline for a house call. Lions win it 23-8.
After dominating this series with consecutive wins for well over a decade, Dwyer has been blown up by Jupiter the last 3 years. It was a Jupiter big lead in the second quarter, and driving Jimmy Moses for Jupiter airing it out, but the Dwyer defense saying it's a no-fly zone. Reginald Paul gets the interception, but the Panthers offense would give it right back. Dylan Foltz step in for quarterback, gets it over to Thomas Karlstrom. He has some blockers, nice game. They get a first down. 2 plays later, Foltz steps up, fires across the middle. It's Drew Larson, gets rocked by the defender, but holds on, draws a flag for the helmet-to-helmet hit. The football version of an and one, right? Jupiter picking up where they left off in the regular season, beating Dwyer 46-0.
Some military trail bragging rights indeed. A special night over at Cardinal Newman. The program honoring the late, great coach Sam Budnick with a sticker on their helmets. Budnick passed in July. A terrific pregame ceremony tonight. And the defending champs pitching a shutout against Community School in Naples. The defense stout all night. Crusaders offense doing its thing. Third quarter, Gennaro Sumter running hard. Another first down later in the drive. Sumter breaks a tackle, heads outside, and gets past another defender at the goal line. Newman up 37-0, running clock. Seahawks get one back in the fourth. Fritz Jacques dives in as CSN avoids the shutout, but Newman could just run out the clock, and they did it on the ground. Newman knocks off the Seahawks the last 2 years in the playoffs, and they win big tonight, 37-6.
And from being a perennial playoff team and back-to-back losing seasons now for Treasure Coast to hoping to totally turn things around.
A 3-win season 2 years ago and winless season for Irvin Jones has the Titans hungry to open their season with a win over Martin County in Stewart. TC has won the previous 5 meetings between these two. The Tigers district champs last season, but then a first-round playoff loss. Second half, Manny Lewis scrambling at QB. Gets the first down inside the 20-yard line. Then moments later, Lewis keeps this one himself and gets into the end zone. 5-yard score. This game close throughout, and the Tigers defense keeps the lead intact. Martin County with a nice close victory, 17-14.
A winning streak lasting at least the last 12 meetings. Atlantic trying to add to that streak at Spanish River on Boca tonight. The Eagles getting an early start as Max Greiner showing off the arm down the right side. Lionel Pratt over the shoulder. Tough catch in bounds for the big gain and the first down. Same drive, Greiner puts on his work boots. Does it himself, shaking off tacklers, gets into the end zone for the touchdown. It's 6-0 Atlantic. Spanish River trying to just hang in there. Jade Phillips, watch this nice toss to Derek Goldborn in the Army commit. Turns it into a good play. Just eats up some yards, that yak yards for a big game. The Sharks stay close, but the Eagles fly away with an 18-7 win. How about Benjamin trying to get some revenge on Jupiter Christian after getting blown out 38-0 last season? Bucks with a 2-score lead in the second. Student section always popping over there. You can put 6 more on the board here as Cohen Roach sneaks across the goal line for the Bucks, sporting those baby blue jerseys for the game. It's 23-0 Benjamin, but Jupiter Christian had an answer. Kane Navaroli fakes the toss and goes screen pass to Colston Weston. And he puts his head down, gets across the goal line, but he's fumbled. Lorenzo Walker recovers it for the Eagles touchdown, 23-7 Bucks lead. In Soon Benjamin kickoff, Markel Etienne, patient at first, and then his patient runs out. And so does Etienne. Bounces to the outside, down the sideline. He would finally get pushed out near the Eagles' 20-yard line. Then a few seconds left in the half. Cohen deep to the end zone. Braxton Peterson tells the defender, "You got mossed." Touchdown for Benjamin. The 6'4" Peterson extends the lead. Benjamin lights up the Eagles 44-7.
Coming up after the break, Palm Beach Lakes with an impressive performance. We head back up to the Treasure Coast to check in on South Fork and a lot more, plus our play of the week when Football Friday returns.
Welcome back to Football Friday. A new era over at Port St. Lucie High School. New South Fork head coach Eric Kresser, the former Benjamin coach, looking to turn things around in a program that hasn't made the playoffs in 14 years.
The Bulldogs facing a Port St. Lucie program tonight with their own new head coach, Everett Alford, who won a state title at Lighthouse Private Christian in 2024. Kresser trotting out his team against the Jaguars program that went winless a season ago, and going to the ground game, Anquan Kerr on the carry. He'll dash outside, pick up some big yards, taken down just outside the 10-yard line. Moments later, going the other way, Kerr on the pitch. He's thinking end zone, but goes out of bounds inside the 5. But they continue to run their bell cow as Kerr finishes off the drive with a touchdown plunge. More from the Bulldogs. Champ Smith at quarterback, scrambling and going for the end zone, but then watch him just sort of flip it to Kerr on the receiving end of the score. South Fork wins big, 45-0. Eric Kresser's first win with the program.
Down in Boca, Olympic Heights trying to end a 5-game losing streak to Forest Hill. Lions up 21-10 late in the third quarter, and they weren't done yet. Cody Waters steps up. Not the prettiest pass here, but finds his target, Johan Grantland, for the first down right at the 5-yard line, and that, as they say, would lead to this. Waters finds Lincoln Russell just across the goal line here for the Olympic Heights touchdown. The Lions winning it easily right now, 28-10. Forest Hill, though, not going away quietly. Reese McBrien, the Falcons quarterback, faking everybody out, even the cameraman. Where is he? There he is. He still got the ball. McBrien would take it all the way in for the touchdown, make things 28-17. But on the next possession, watch this. The Lions quarterback Waters telling McBrien, hey, anything you can do, you know the rest. He rips off his own touchdown run, 60 yards to the house. The Lions snap their 5-game losing streak to the Falcons, 35-17.
Palm Beach Lakes with a turnaround playoff season last year, opening tonight hosting Seminole Ridge. Erskine Jackson going right to work, getting into the end zone as the Rams strike first. Hawks turn now on offense. Tristan Kennedy on the carry, and he's corralled by a host of Rams defenders. Watch Tamarian Moreland Jr. say, "Give me that." Rips the football out, takes it to the house for the Lakes touchdown. What a play by the future Virginia Tech Hokie. Rams just getting started. Jordan Johnson, fantastic pitching catch with Ryan Ferdinand in the back of the end zone. Then check out the grab and toe tap on this 2-point conversion from Herschel Reynolds, who mosses the defender. Palm Beach Lakes, they got some dogs. They win 49-7.
Suncoast hosting Okeechobee, just a second all-time meeting between these two schools. Okeechobee making that trip out east. Brahmins dominating this one from the start to finish. Elijah Gordon runs it in to make it 30-0 Okeechobee. Then Gordon again just shaking and baking the whole Chargers defense. This play will definitely go into his highlight tape. Brahmins go up big, 30-0. Okeechobee wins huge, 44-0 over Suncoast.
All right, our play of the week, well, we just showed it to you. We go back to Palm Beach Lake, Seminole Ridge game. Defensive play from future Virginia Tech Hokie Tamarian Moreland Jr. strips the ball carrier, takes it to the house, and has the manners to give it to the nice lady in the corner of the end zone. Rams win big, and that big play, part of the reason why.
Let's go to the scoreboard. St. Edwards losing 55-0 at Lake Highland. Rough start for them, and rough start for Boca, falling at Key West 36-7. Santa Lucia's looking good in their opener, shutting out Boynton Beach 38-0. Out of the muck, Garcia giving Pahokee all they can handle, but Blue Devils hold on 26-21.
Wellington gets by Park Vista 21-13. West Boca, how about this one? 24-7 over American Heritage Plantation. A huge win after losing last week in the Kickoff Classic. St. John Paul II coming up just short at Leon Jesuit 21-20. Fort Pierce Central cruising to a win over Legacy 36-6. And up in Fort Pierce, John Carroll takes care of Bishop Broad 17-0.
All right, as we take stock on week one of the regular season, we saw the usual suspects. Jupiter looked very good in their game. West Boca showing they continue to play big programs and get big results, beating American Heritage Del Rey on the road. So an impressive win for them. And some other big wins tonight.
Yeah, I was at Cardinal Newman, and they rolled Community School of Naples, and they were a playoff team a year ago. So that's impressive. Cardinal Newman, you know, with Pedro Martinez now throwing the ball a lot more than when Jaron Hughley a year ago. Vero took care of Jensen Beach. They look like they're going to get back to the state title game. And
big shout out to Palm Beach Lakes. I mean,
they got a lot of players.
They've got some players. They've been building that program over the last couple of years. Had some down years there, but made the playoffs last year. And those coaches, when you're on the sideline of Palm Beach Lakes, they're making sure their players, they feed off of their coaching staff, and they're doing a great job at Palm Beach Lakes. So shout out to Palm Beach Lakes. And the Benjamin School win tonight, and they've got some young players, and they're looking to rebuild their program and get some Division I athletes back into the game as well. Thanks for joining us for WPBF Football Friday.